In this video, I want to talk to you about why you need repetition when learning to code. My name's David, and I'm a freelance web developer currently here in Seoul, South Korea, as I'm traveling throughout Asia. Usually, I like to film these videos while walking, but it's been raining all day today, so I thought I'll film this video from the lobby of my building where I'm staying at and talk to you about my experience learning the code and why I needed to have repetition to be successful at it. When I decided to pursue this venture, I would go online to find roadmaps. Oh, this is your roadmap to become a full stack web developer. You want to do HTML, CSS, JavaScript, React, and so forth. And then in the bootcamp too, I signed up for a bootcamp later on, and they had week 1, this technology, week 2, this technology. And it just made it seem this 1 week, once you pass this 1 week, you should know this concept. Once this 1 week passes, you should know CSS, you should know HTML, JavaScript, and so forth. And then when I was doing these concepts by myself, I would watch a tutorial, and it's okay, I would do one tutorial on HTML, one tutorial on JavaScript, and just keep moving on. But I would do this, and I'll move on to the next subject, and I'll still feel lost, nothing was clicking from what I learned previously. And it was just this mindset I had that just doing one go at technology would be good enough, especially in the early stages when it wasn't. So instead of just doing one tutorial on React, I had to do multiple, 3, 4, 5, 10, and multiple tutorials, and do the same tutorial multiple times. It wasn't just you do it once and you're good. You do it once and then maybe you do it again and maybe another time, because each time you do it, you need repetition for these concepts to cement in your mind. The first time you go through a tutorial on new technology, it's just an introductory phase, and then maybe the second time you pick up certain nuances, certain details, and then the third time you really appreciate what's going on, the problem it solves, how it works together, and you can see the use cases of it outside of the scope of the tutorial. So when you're learning these technologies, don't think of you just read it once, you just do a tutorial once, especially when you read documentation too. You don't just, for me, reading the documentation once, it doesn't click. I have to read it multiple, 5, 10 times for it to fully make sense of it. And that now, whenever I go into a new technology, I go through those lenses and I'm able to succeed faster, and I don't mentally beat up myself on why things don't click. I mentally prepare myself, it's going to take some time for me to really understand what was going to be. And also just becoming a full stack developer too, when I completed the bootcamp, I just wanted to move on and keep learning about new technologies, start learning about TypeScript, start learning about AWS. But I got advice from my mentor that he redid the entire bootcamp again. And I was I don't want to do the same projects again. I don't want to read the same material again. But I should have done it immediately. And this would have reinforced everything, because if you do the project, so you can do tutorials again, you read documentations again, you create the same project multiple times, because each time you know more information, you have more experience, you know how to design it better, you know how to make it more elegant, more cleaner, have less code, more readable, more efficient. And each iteration of the project you do, it improves. So redoing the entire coding bootcamp curriculum sooner would have been beneficial. And then I used the same mindset when I had to learn new technology for the job. For my tutoring job, they added, the curriculum now had GraphQL, and that was something I didn't have before. So I had to seek multiple tutorials on GraphQL. And GraphQL, like there's new technology, it's a new technology, so it's constantly evolving. So there's tutorials on like old versions, and there's like new packages that build upon it. So I had to learn like from the baseline level and then the new stuff too. And I came in like knowing that it's going to take me multiple tutorials for me to understand the concept, and did that. And by doing that, I was able to understand it then, and I was able to teach it for to the students for the bootcamp. And I did the same thing in my software engineering job when I had to learn Java. I had to do tutorials, 2 clicks, and then do it multiple times, and then apply it for my projects. So when learning the code, it's not just like a one-time thing where you read something once, you do a tutorial once, you do a project once. You need continuous repetition of doing the same technologies for things to start clicking, for you to start appreciating it, and for you to like really use it outside of the scope and really use the technology to the full potential. So that's all I want to talk to you about today. If you need help building out a project, I'm a freelancer, so feel free to send me a message about what you're working on, and I can see how I can help. I also do coaching for aspiring devs as well, where I work with you one-on-one to help you get to your goals as a dev. Thank you so much for watching.